So pretty good news for Tesla, kind of. It's not really certain, but it's again the market getting ahead of itself and making these assumptions. So if you guys haven't seen, Tesla stock popped 7% after a report that Trump wants to relax the US on self-driving rules. This has been a huge obstacle for Tesla and its autonomous vehicles. If you've been a part of this kind of process, you know that there's a lot of regulation when it comes down to this and trusting these vehicles. And now Elon being a part somewhat of the Trump administration obviously can maybe be whispering some stuff into Trump's ear of what to kind of relax or be more aggressive on. And this could be a huge win for Elon and Tesla itself. So when asking the question, why is Tesla gapping up so much? Why did it go from 320 per share all the way to highs of really 350, so 349.50, is based off of that news. But I want to remind you, this is not something that has actually been put into effect. It's simply a report of what they plan to do. And I can't say this enough. The market is a leading indicator. It's not a lagging indicator. So therefore it gets ahead of itself. Kind of like right now, the Federal Reserve was expected, as of last month that they were going to be cutting interest rates and there was going to be a rate cut. The assumption was by, 86%. Now the expectation for the month of December for an interest rate cut is only like 52 or 54%. Now the market's anticipating possibly a less aggressive move. This is where the market rallies based off of, early assumptions and then has to adjust due to real assumptions. Please understand that this is great news in the short term, but this does not mean that this is something that the Trump administration actually has to do. Tesla's up 7.8, pretty much 8% on the day. But if you look at the rest of the market, NASDAQ did see a nice gap up, and that's fortunately due to NVIDIA slowly showing signs of a recovery. NVIDIA is the big tech company this week that is the focus. NVIDIA reports earnings after the market closes on Wednesday. So please make sure that you are ready because we will be live streaming it for free on my YouTube channel. And all you literally need to do is subscribe and smash that like button. But be careful. Normally before a big earning report, this is the last Magnificent Seven stock that has to report earnings. We do tend to see a lot of volatility. A lot of companies might be choosing to de-risk, meaning selling. And this is kind of what we're seeing today. At one point, NVIDIA was down about 3%. That's a very significant red day for NVIDIA. It's a $1 trillion company, 3.4 trillion to be exact. And that is a pretty significant downturn for no apparent negative news that has been released. And there hasn't been any negative news. It's actually been quite good. But again, it's not going to be on the fundamental side. It's just the technical side. Big investors are choosing to de-risk right before a major earning report that can go, down. Right? So as of right now, we're beginning to trade sideways. We're a little bit more on the overbought side. So don't be surprised if we begin to retrace and go back to the previous support. Right now, we have a support right around 137. And right now, the current resistance right around 140. There's no confirmation of reversal as it's still holding above EMA and still showing progress on the upside. But if that price action begins to follow on the downside, then don't be surprised for that downturn. And then if NVIDIA begins to fall, then most likely NASDAQ will as well. Because again, they influence one another. But that's again, getting a little bit too far of itself. Right now, Tesla still showing signs of strong higher highs and higher lows. If you look at this on the 5-minute time frame, this is the big one. As of right now, there's been no break of pattern. This is incredibly bullish, and there's no reason to short it as long as it's still holding above that 5-minute EMA. But if it does begin to curl on over and that price action begins to fall, then I would love to take a short position if the opportunity actually presents itself. Remember, this is not a market where you need to hope for something to happen, but you can simply wait for confirmation of, and that's something that we love to remind our beginner traders that are part of LPP. I do want to remind you, I trade live every single morning. You get to see all of my good trades and all of my bad trades, and it breaks down to $1 per day. So again, if you're ready to join, second link in the description down below. You can join right now and watch me trade live as soon as tomorrow. And yes, it's designed for complete beginners. It's a one-time payment, lifetime access. And again, I'll see you tomorrow at Market Open for our live session. So like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take care, team.